Welcome, brave Tarnished. Prepare yourself for the new tasks and quests that lie ahead on your journey to greatness. In part 2 of our adventure, we will plunge into the ancient and ominous halls of Stormveil Castle. This fortress stands as a bastion of peril and power, where fearsome foes lie in wait, eager to test your mettle. Here, you will confront the most formidable of adversaries, including Margit, the fell Omen, and the grotesque Godric the Grafted, a nightmarish creation, cobbled together from the remnants of those he has vanquished. With his towering frame, writhing appendages, and a visage twisted by madness, he instills terror in all who dare to challenge him. Every encounter reveals the sinister might he wields over the very souls he has devoured. Will you rise to confront this grotesque overlord of Limgrave? Now gather your courage and prepare to step boldly into the heart of Stormveil Castle, a fortress steeped in trials and triumphs. Its shadowy corridors beckon intrepid souls like yourself, ready to uncover hidden secrets and embrace the fresh challenges that await. But remember, Tarnished, destiny will not yield easily to the unprepared. Are you ready to dive into the depths of darkness? Let's begin this chapter at Stormhill Shack, where your journey commences. Push forward along the road that leads up to the castle gates. As you proceed, you'll discover a site of grace within the castle-ward tunnel. First, collect the scarab that contains the Ash of War, Wild Strikes, then proceed through the forest, ultimately leading you to the gate. Here, take a moment to rest and prepare for the challenges ahead. Next, ready yourself for the battle looming beside the boss door, where you'll find a summoning sign for Sorcerer Rogier. Though your paths will intertwine later, he can assist you now in defeating Margit the Fell Omen. Additionally, if you seek an advantage, you can purchase Margit's shackle from Patches for 5,000 runes in Murkwater Cave, a valuable asset in your fight against the ominous foe. After you triumph over Margit, the Fell Omen, this fierce adversary will grant you a key item, the Talisman Pouch. This invaluable pouch increases the number of talismans you can equip at once, expanding your combat capabilities and strategic options. It is one of only 4 talisman pouches hidden throughout the lands, an essential item for any Tarnished seeking to augment their power. As you continue forward, you will reach the grand gates of Stormveil Castle. Take a moment to discover another site of grace positioned just in front of the imposing entrance. Once you've restored your energy, prepare to venture inside. Instead of proceeding through the massive gates, look for a small door to your left. Upon entering, you will encounter Gatekeeper Gostoc, an old tall fellow who may seem a bit suspicious, yet there's a glimmer of goodwill in his intentions. It is your choice whether to trust him or not. For now, I will let him live. In the future, he will have some great item to sell. When you interact with him, he will propose 2 entrances to Stormveil Castle. You can choose any of his options, but keep in mind that there's a secret about him that lingers in the air. If you die within Stormveil Castle, he will steal 30% of any runes dropped upon your death. However, the area outside where the Warhawks patrol is safe from his rune theft. If you're cautious and resourceful, you can ensure your runes remain intact. Additionally, once he opens his shop, he will cease stealing your runes altogether. Before delving deeper into the castle, consider returning to the moment near the gate site of grace to collect any items you may have missed. With caution, you enter through Gostoc's suggested opening and navigate along the edge to a wall opening. Jump down carefully on a couple of platforms, staying alert for patrolling Warhawks. Continue onward and you'll soon discover the Stormveil Cliffside site of grace. Rest there to prepare for whatever lies ahead. After resting at the Stormveil Cliffside site of grace, push forward and ascend the stairs leading to the tower entrance. Inside, you'll face a variety of enemies eager to challenge your skills. Be prepared for encounters that require quick reflexes and strategic thinking. Explore the area thoroughly. You might find valuable items and resources that can aid you in your quest. Take your time and look for hidden treasures that could bolster your equipment. Stay alert as you move through the tower. A fearsome battle awaits you, and each step brings you closer to glory or defeat. Are you ready to dive in? Your adventure in Stormveil Castle is just beginning. Start exploring the rooms for some additional items and continue to the 3rd floor. As you reach the 3rd floor of the castle, you'll find a room. Make sure you have your lantern on after you enter, as it will help illuminate the area. Be cautious. The Gatekeeper will lock you in here with an armored knight waiting for you in the dark. Prepare to fight him. Once you defeat the knight, grab the talisman from the chest in the corner and collect the key item, the rusty key, from the corpse nearby. Let's head back to the hall and jump down to the bottom floor. Use the rusty key to open the door there, then proceed up the ladder in the next area. Here, you can collect some useful items as you continue along your path. After gathering what you can, head back and take a left. But be careful of ambushes that may occur. As you move, be sure to collect the silver pickled fowl foot for some extra benefits. Once you've gathered everything, move forward and exit through the door to continue your exploration of Stormveil Castle. Continue on up the stairs and proceed into the room. Finish the fight and continue to the 2nd floor, where you will find the Rampart Tower site of grace. Take a moment to rest and replenish your health and resources. Continue by going back to the hall and heading up to the 3rd floor. Push forward through the hall, then take a right to the balcony with multiple exiles. Deal with them, and we'll go collect the Claw Talisman. From the tower, jump onto the wall and drop onto the wooden roof below. Then jump and hug the right side. It's a good idea to deal with the bird using a bow, or if you prefer, you can defeat it up close and personal. Move forward on the connected roof and up to the top platform. Clear out the exiles, then head up the ladders until you reach the top. Here you'll find the Claw Talisman, an excellent talisman for jump attacks, which is one of my favorite attacks. Once you've collected it, make your way back. On the connected roofs, hug the left wall and jump down to the lower platform. Defeat the knight and the exile. Then, proceed towards the wooden bridge, where you can collect the Nomadic Warrior's Cookbook numbers 10 from a nearby corpse. After you grab the cookbook, slide down the ladder beside the stairs. Defeat the exiles waiting at the bottom, then push forward onto the wooden bridge. You'll encounter a banished knights ahead, as well as one more knight approaching from the side. Take them down, then collect the festering bloody finger. Once you've secured the area, make your way back to our favored Rampart Tower site of grace to rest and regroup. This time we'll head to the opposite side for a little secret. Let's move forward and take out the bird in our way using a bow and fire. I found that to be the easiest method. Once that's done, go back and jump down from the balcony onto the ledge below. Then, jump down once more onto a smaller ledge and hug the right wall. Jump down again to collect the marred wooden shield. Continue pushing forward down the ledges until you come across a scarab that drops the Ash of War Storm Assault. After collecting it, stay on the wall ledge and prepare for a tough fight against a fearsome Crucible Knight. His devastating attacks can knock you into the air, but I've found a trick. Retreat back to the ledge from where you came and throw everything you have at him. With this strategy, you should be able to defeat him. Upon his defeat, he will grant you the aspects of the Crucible, Horn's Incantation. Now let's head back to the Rampart Tower site of Grace to restore our strength and prepare for the next challenges ahead. We'll head back up to the bird's platform, but this time, we'll descend the stairs leading down to the rooftops. Make your way along the rooftops until you reach the church. From here, jump down into the south room where you'll encounter an important NPC named Sorcerer Rogier. When you summon him, he will assist you in the fight against Margit.
The pleasure's
Upon
mine.
interacting with him, he will introduce himself and warn you about the situation in the castle. He'll inquire about your purpose and you can respond by saying, "I am here to defeat Godric." Rogier will then open up a shop where he sells glintstone ashes of war. Feel free to browse and buy any useful items you find. Be sure to exhaust all of his dialogue options to gather any additional information he may have. Head back through the north door, take a right, and continue straight forward. As you proceed, keep an eye out for any enemies lurking along your path. The atmosphere of the castle can be tense, so remain vigilant. You'll find that the corridor opens up into a larger room filled with scattered debris and remnants of battles past. From there, take a right and push forward until you reach a small balcony. Jump down to the area below, where you'll encounter 2 dogs. Dispatch them quickly to clear the path. After they're defeated, search the nearby pile of corpses to collect Chrysalids Memento, an important item for Rodericas questline. Once you've secured the memento, head through the doors where Grafted Scion is lurking. You can choose to pass him for now and proceed straight forward to the lift that leads to the Rampart Tower site of Grace. Rest at the site of Grace to replenish your flasks and restore your health. Now let's head back down the lift and into the room where the dogs await. Be prepared for a fight. Dispatch the dogs quickly to clear the path ahead. Once you've dealt with them, you can prepare for a choice. Confront the Grafted Scion lurking nearby, or choose to pass him by. If you decide to engage, be ready for a tough battle. The Grafted Scion is a formidable foe. However, if you wish to save your strength for later, you can simply sneak past him and continue your exploration of Stormveil Castle. Push forward, ascending the stairs, and then take a right. As you venture deeper, be on the lookout for one more of the banished knights. Approach cautiously and deliver a swift backstab to take him down quickly. After he falls, head to the nearby chest to collect the Mimic's Veil. This is a very nice item that allows you to disguise yourself as objects around you, making it an invaluable tool for stealth and strategy. It's particularly effective in PvP scenarios, allowing you to outsmart and surprise your opponents. Return to the room where Grafted Scion was located and head into the small room on the left, where you'll find an imp statue. Here, collect some somber smithing stone. Use a stone key to unlock the path forward, then proceed to deal with the exiles that await you. As you eliminate them, be sure to collect valuable items, including the Iron Whetblade, the Hawk Crest Wooden Shield, and the Misericord. Once you've gathered everything, make your way back to the room with Scion. Push forward into the hall and then take a left on the stairs. Afterwards, slide down and push forward into the yard where you'll encounter multiple enemies. Hug the left wall to avoid unnecessary confrontations and head into the cellar. Clear out the rats lurking within, Then open the stone key door. Inside the chest, you'll find the Godslayer's Seal, a powerful item that enhances your incantation capabilities. In another chest, you'll discover the Godskin Prayer Book, which contains very powerful incantation items, perfect for improving your build and fighting strategies. Now let's drop down and destroy the ballista shooters to clear the gateway. Move forward, descending the stairs, and then take a right to discover the Gateside Chamber Site of Grace. Jump down and interact with Gatekeeper Gostoc, asking him to open the gate for you. Additionally, you can also manually open the gates beside the Gateside Chamber Site of Grace by using the lever provided. Continue to clear the way. Proceeding right through the door, but be cautious as you'll need to pass by a Lion Guardian. It's advisable to discover Limgrave Tower Bridge Site of Grace first, and prepare before facing the Guardian. After defeating the Lion Guardian, go back to clear the way before the door we were heading towards. Continue up the stairs, trying your best to avoid the ballista shots as you push forward deeper into the castle. You'll soon enter a yard filled with a lot of enemies, so be prepared for a challenging fight. Employ your best strategies and abilities to navigate through this battleground, taking down any foes that block your path. As you emerge from this yard, you'll find yourself near the Cliffside Chamber Site of Grace. Replenish your supplies and prepare for the next stage of your journey. Now let's get back to the lift, ascend, and then continue straight and left into a yard full of jar people. You will encounter multiple small jars and one large one. Devastate them all, and don't forget to collect 2 cracked pots. After clearing the area, backtrack down to the floor below where you'll find a scarab containing the Ashes of War Stormcaller. Next, head straight to the door, passing by the boss room, and discover the secluded cell site of Grace. Take a moment to rest here before we continue. From the secluded cell, proceed in the opposite direction and head down the path. Clear the area and move forward to collect 1 more golden seed. Once you've gathered the seed, step through the door and meet a new NPC, Nepheli Loux. Interact with her a couple of times to get the most out of the conversation. She will assist you in your fight against Godric if you need her help. After your talk with Nepheli, collect the smithing stones nearby and proceed out along the path west. Head right into the room to collect a painting, and then backtrack to the Cliffside Chamber Site of Grace to rest. Now that we are rested and fully prepared, having explored more than 80% of the castle, let's return to the Stormhill Shack site of Grace to resolve quests with Roderica. Step into the shack, interact with her, and give her Chrysalids memento, which you collected in the castle. She will thank you and say that she will return to the Round Table Hold to find her purpose. Let's fast travel to the Round Table Hold to locate Roderica. You will find her by the fireplace in the table hall. She will express her gratitude and reward you with a golden seed. Next, let's head to Smithing Master Hugh in the room beside her and speak with him about Roderica. He will mention that she has a gift for spirit tuning. Return to Roderica and inform her of what the Smith Master said. Then go back to Master Hugh and ask what Roderica has to say about teaching her everything about spirit tuning. He will accept your request. After that, reload the game and you will notice that Roderica has changed her position to be opposite Smith Master Hugh. Speak with her again to unlock spirit tuning. She will be able to level up your spirits. Next, head to Gideon in the room beside her and have a chat. He will share some words of inspiration with you. After that, return to the secluded cell to gather your strength and prepare for the fight with Godric the Grafted. As you approach the boss door, you will discover a summoning sign for Nepheli Loux if you want her to join your party. I've decided to summon her as I enter the room to provide additional support in the fight. Godric the Grafted is a fearsome opponent known for his brutal attacks and ability to perform devastating combos. His grafted limbs grant him a range of abilities, allowing him to strike from various angles with surprising speed. Look out for his powerful area of effect attacks that can catch you off guard if you're not careful. Once the battle begins, work with Nepheli to exploit Godric's weaknesses. Keep an eye on his attack patterns and don't hesitate to use your skills and items to heal when necessary. With the combination of your abilities and Nepheli's assistance, you should have a better chance of overcoming this formidable foe. Make sure to dodge his more powerful attacks and look for openings to deal damage. Focus on teamwork, and together, you will triumph. After defeating Godric the Grafted, he will grant you Godric's Great Rune and the Remembrance of the Grafted. Be sure to discover the new site of Grace and rest to recuperate after the battle. Upon resting, the Gatekeeper will appear, kicking Godric's body. Speak with him, and you can proceed to the throne room. Open the door to the throne room and turn left. Move forward until you reach the ladders. Descend into the room where you will collect the Shabriri Grape, a key item for a future quest. Afterward, fast travel back to the secluded cell site of Grace. Push forward to the southwest until you reach the Jar People. Turn to your left, hugging the left wall, and jump onto another platform. Collect any items you find there, then proceed through the door. Go down and clear the room to collect the Manor Tower Shield. Continue forward to another door. Jump onto the cupola of ledges to enter the tower and open the door for a shortcut to the lift side chamber site of Grace. Rest at the site and fast travel to the Round Table Hold. Proceed to Gideon's room, where you will find Nepheli. Speak with her and she will grant you the Arsenal Talisman, which helps to rest up your stamina and manage your equipment load. Speak with her again, and she will introduce you to Gideon as if he's her father. After your conversation, head back to the balcony and speak with Sorcerer Rogier. Tell him that you defeated Godric, and he will reward you with Rogier's Rapier, a level 8 weapon. When you ask him about his findings, he'll share some valuable knowledge. Next, approach D and inquire about Rogier. Once you've had your conversation, seek out the new important NPC finger reader Enia. She has the power to change your remembrances of fallen bosses into unique and powerful weapons and magic. You can also buy some armor from the fallen bosses. Return to Gideon and speak with him. Engage him in conversation about Nepheli. Finally, fast travel back to the Cliffside Chamber of Grace where we open the small shortcut door. Clear the yard from bats and jump down onto a couple of platforms until you reach the bottom. Deal with the rats, then hug the right wall until you encounter another scarab that contains the sorcery Rancorcall. Continue forward until you step in front of the Ulcerated Tree Spirit Boss. You can either run beside him or choose to fight. The best way to manage the fight is to stay close to him and dodge his attacks. When you defeat him, he will grant you a golden seed. Continue further, and you will come into a room with a human-like face in the corner. It's a giant face. Let's investigate and collect the talisman, Prince of Death's Pustule. Check the site, then press on the red bloodstains on the ground. You will see Sorcerer Rogier in agony. Head back up the ladder to the top and jump down into the room. You will find yourself in a familiar space, the Grafted Scion room. Move forward into the room with the dogs and destroy them. One more time, check the pile of corpses to collect the Crimson Hood, which ends the side quest for Rodericas. Head fast travel back to the Round Table Hold, and let's speak with Rogier about the corpses under the castle. He will share some valuable lore about the night when Godwyn, the first demigod, was killed with the stolen rune of death from Malekith's blade. After discussing this, leave him and head back to Fia's room. Ask her to hold you and grant you her blessing. After that, she will ask if you know about what happened to Rogier and the Black Knife. When you interact with her, she will speak about Rogier and the assassination of the first demigod, Godwyn. Everything was done in conspiracy. Inquire about the Black Knife print, and she will give you the knife print clue map paper. Don't forget to use the blessing to remove any debuffs you may have. Fast travel back to Varre, on the first step, Site of Grace. You will see a glowing message on the ground. Varre will provide information about the second location. Fast travel to the Stormhill Shack Site of Grace. Let's collect one more item, the Strength Knot Crystal Tier, which is located nearby. Ride a Strider northeast until you reach the location. Head back to the throne room. Go left down the stairs until you reach the ladders. Then descend and exit through the back door of the castle to enter the new region, Liurnia of the Lakes. Discover the lake-facing cliff site of Grace and rest there. You will meet Bok again. He can alter your armor. You can remove some parts from your armor to make it lighter. Interact with him and select Don't Tell Me. After that, turn north and meet a new NPC Hyetta. She will introduce herself and mention that she is in search of a distant light. She will ask about Shabriri grapes, saying that she eats them to see the distant light. You will give her the grapes that you collected earlier. Continue southwest to the Church of Irith. There, you will find a secret tier and meet an NPC named Thops. He will introduce himself as a glintstone sorcerer from the Academy of Raya Lucaria. Donate some runes to him, and he will unlock some sorceries for you. Talk with him, and he will share some knowledge about the Academy and how to enter it. Ask him about the Glintstone Key and the Sorceress Selene for more information. Push on through the west until you reach the graveyard and collect the Academy Scrolls spellbook. Bring it to Sorceress Selene or Miriel, Pastor of Vows, to unlock the sorceries. Then get back on your way west and continue forward until you arrive at an enemy camp. Prepare yourself and take the fight to them, mashing them into the ground. Once you've defeated the enemies, collect the Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook 1 found in the camp. After obtaining the cookbook, continue to head north in Liurnia. As you explore, check the merchant before you discover and rest at the Liurnia Lakeshore site of grace. For the end of this part, let's resolve two things. First, let's activate Godric's Great Rune. Fast travel back to Limgrave Tower Bridge site of grace. On the way, collect the Bolt Drake Talisman from a nearby corpse, and continue straight forward on the large stone bridge until you reach the tower. There, 3 golems will wait for you, so clear your way. These golems are easy to destroy. Just damage their legs, and they will be yours. Once you defeat them, use the teleport at the end of the bridge to be transported to the Divine Tower of Limgrave. Open the big doors and head up the lift to discover the Divine Tower of Limgrave site of grace. Go straight up the stairs until you find the remains of 2 fingers and the place to activate Godric's Great Rune. To fully activate the rune, you must use a rune arc from your inventory. Once activated, Godric's Great Rune will remain active until you die. Then you need to consume 1 more rune arc to activate it again in full. I will explain that further in the next part, Part 3. Now let's collect the last item in this part of the saga, the painting location. First, fast travel to the Church of Pilgrimage site of grace. Once you arrive, head to the back side of the church, and there you will see a ghost pointing its finger at a specific spot similar to what you might see in a painting. Approach the ghost and collect the item it drops. With this, we will be finishing Part 2 of the complete guide saga. Part 2, Stormveil Castle. And thus we conclude our journey through the shadowy halls of Stormveil Castle, where peril and treasures await the brave. I hope this guide aids you, dear adventurers, as you traverse the realms of Elden Ring. If you found wisdom within these words, do grant your favor by liking this tale and subscribing for more wondrous explorations. Hasten to ring the bell of notification that you may not miss our next great escapade. Gratitude and glory to the noble knights who've stood by our side. Prepare yourselves for Part 3, where we shall dive into the enchanted waters of Liurnia, a land where magic and mystery abound. Until our paths cross again, farewell, my fellow travelers. May the road rise up to meet you.